Happy New Year, Crooked Line Racing fans. Good evening and welcome to the Bullring at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We are back at it again in the brand new year here with the Monday Night Madness series, the super late models run by Crooked Line Racing. And unfortunately, folks, I have to omit the standings. I don't have them. I couldn't find them. I'm not sure if it's something I did wrong or if it was something else, but we'll have to do without, and we'll catch back up next time, I'm sure. All right, the bull ring here at Las Vegas is barely half a mile long. It is actually 0.37 miles long. The temperature here is 68 degrees Fahrenheit. The relative humidity is only 21%. We are under a cloudy night sky and we have 10-mile-an-hour winds. The track temperature is only 70 degrees, and that makes for a pretty good track condition for these drivers. Although I will say, watching practice here for a few minutes, we did see quite a few drivers having trouble getting the power down, and it appeared to be fairly easy for them to swing that backhand around. As you can see, this track is a little bit odd-shaped. The main straightaway is the straight part. The backstretch is actually the curved part of the track here. The turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 are not exactly the same radius. The pit entry is on the backstretch, and that makes for a fairly long pit lane on this track, compared to the outside track, obviously, because the whole thing's not all that long. We're going to be running 125 laps here tonight with the Crooked Line Super Late models. This is an open setup race, and that means that the drivers have been working hard to get the car set up the way they like it. Currently, it looks like it is Trevor Edwards that is the quickest driver on the track. Let's bring up those practice results here for you. They are still going at it. Let's see, we have Keith Jeffrey on track here in the number 88 car, and it looks like we have a new entry here tonight is Angel Ortega. I hope I pronounce his name the way he wants me to. He is in the number 37 car, although his paint job doesn't match his scoring number, but we'll get that all figured out, and we've had that before. It's not a big deal. All right, we have Tanner Marr in a brand new paint job from MF Racing. iRacing Designs, I should say, and looks pretty good. He had a very cool holiday paint scheme on the machine during the season, but now in the new year he's got a brand new paint job on there, and he has teamed up with a bunch of guys called Five Kings Motorsports. So hopefully that'll help him get stuff organized and get his setups figured out and all that kind of good stuff. Trevor Edwards in the number 32 is currently quickest in practice, as the last 2 minutes, actually the last minute, will be taken away here. Excuse me. I had to have a cough here there. Better turn off the mic when you do that. Keith Jeffrey in the number 88 is second here in that fistful of bourbon machine. His teammate, I believe, is Kyle O'Danick. There he is in the number 21 machine. And these guys have recently joined Crooked Line Racing, and they are having a lot of fun, just like them, like most of them. There you have one of the drivers kicking it around. It is a little bit tricky on this track to get the power down. It's very short and very fast and furious for these drivers. That was Tyler Johnson that we saw going around there. He's in the number 8 machine. All right, Lenny White, number 99, also a recent addition to this series. He is here tonight in the number 99 car, and he has pushed himself into the top 10. It looks like, let me see here, Scotty Stevens in the number 2 was pushing himself up there as well. And that is practice, folks. We're going to go into qualifying really quickly. They have 2 individual laps to set the best times on track, and it looks like Samuel Williams is out there already. He's the first driver on track in the number 33 car. Steve Sexton is also going out, and Bruno Pierre Penchot is coming out there in the number 729. Ooh, looks like he's changing his mind already. That happens every once in a while. Brandon Mettler, Kyle O'Danick is out there. Trevor Edwards in the number 32. Tanner Marr is out there in the number 4 car. I like the number on the doors there. That's an interesting font that he's using. Oops, wrong car. Lenny White is out there. Let me see. Steve Sexton in the number 151 has he helped the provisional poll there for just a short while, and it looks like my scoring has to be reloaded. We'll get that done really quickly here. Every once in a while, that scoring system just doesn't want to do what I want it to do. So here we go again. Let the magic happen here. And there you have it. There they're all on the board. There we have Jason Day actually picking up the, well, I'm speaking too soon. You can't keep up with these guys. Trevor Edwards is on the provisional poll here. It looks like Jason Day is in third position if he's still out there. There he is. Joshua Sexton is in the 5th spot, and Angel Ortega is running in the final time spot here. Well, he's pushing it up into 13th position, and Scotty Stevens is still out there as well. Hey guys, Joshua and Tanner are with me here in the booth, folks. Nice to see them up here really quickly before we get going in this race. Trevor Edwards on the provisional pole. How's it going, guys?
Well, Mark, I tell you, we picked a fine race for you to make it our last broadcast. I can't stand this track. My teammate Joshua Sexton's doing pretty good, though.
Yeah, looks like Joshua's in 5th position and you are in 9th. What's the matter with this track, Tanner?
I don't know, Mark. It don't gel with me. It's just something about this track, and there's another track on here called Southern National. I don't know, something about these two tracks. It don't register in my mind what to do.
Yeah, I was watching practice there for a little bit, and I did see that there was quite a few guys that actually have a little bit of trouble getting the power down coming off the turns. So setup-wise, I imagine this is not the easiest thing to do here with these cars.
Oh man, it's really not, Mark. I mean, it's just the track temp is. I mean, it's a fairly cool track. You think there'd be a lot of grip out there, but I went through about 6, 7 different setups that we had between our team and haven't hit on nothing yet. So we're just throwing darts blindly at this point.
Well, all you can do is just try to reach the finish and see where it ends up, because I'm sure it's pretty tough for everybody out here. Like I said, I've seen several guys getting in trouble during the practice session.
Absolutely, Mark. But I wanted to come in here and I know we may post on Facebook or whatnot, but I just wanted to thank you where the viewers can hear us. When we started this league, Mark, our very first race, we had 3 people in it. That's all we had. We had we had so much fun that night. We started recruiting drivers, and before you knew it, I mean, what we have, we had probably about 15 drivers in the first broadcasted race you ever done for us. It started out as a special event, one time only deal. Then we started the next season off, and you've been right here with us thick and thin through it all. You have not missed one race with us. You have worked with us through everything. And from Crooked Line, Joshua, myself, James, even though he's not here, I just want to give a huge thank you to you, Mark. And I'll send it over to Joshua, but I wish you your best, dude, in your new job. I hate to lose you, but hopefully we stay in contact, and hopefully by the end of this race we'll be laughing, cutting up in the top 3 at least.
Well, why don't you come back at the end of the race, regardless, because we are closing up qualifying here. We don't really have that much time. You guys need to get to your cars, and we'll talk a little bit more about it after the race. Is that okay?
10-4.
Thank you, Mark.
All right. Good luck, guys. All right, there you have it, folks. The qualifying is in the books. Oh, wait a minute. He put up 10 minutes of qualifying. I didn't even see that. Hey, Joshua, I see he put up, you guys put up 10 minutes of qualifying, so we have a little bit more time than I thought we had.
Yeah, I put some extra just to make sure that we were had some time to talk to you. I actually I'm having a little bit of an iRacing glitch, and I lost all of my I kind of lost all my screen here for a minute, so I'm trying to figure that one out before race time hits.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a little bit more important. Tanner, I'm sorry I kicked you guys out of there. I didn't realize we had 10 minutes of qualifying here, sir.
Oh no, you're good, Mark. We were going to advance it, and we was going to come back and talk to you at the end. But the main point of all this is sincerely thank you, buddy. I mean, we went from 3 drivers to over 170 now with 4 different series, and you may not think you were a part of that, but just putting your name on every brochure that we put out on our website and everything, it helped attract people. And sincerely, from Crooked Line to everybody else, anybody, Belong Pistons League, I know you did their league also. We seriously thank you for the job you've done, and I sincerely value the friendship me and you have formed during all this.
Well, first of all, guys, I just want to thank you guys for giving me the opportunity. It's a long story, but long story short, I was at home due to the COVID situation. I was looking for something to do, and I love racing. I'm not really an oval kind of guy or a short track specialist in particular, but to me, racing is racing, and I try to be. I'm enthusiastic about my own stuff that I do on iRacing, and I try to bring that enthusiasm to the broadcast that I've started doing. It's really only been it's actually been less than a year that that I was doing this. I was hoping that I could maintain doing it once my new job would get started. Well, the job that I moved to Nevada for, there's a little bit of a glitch in there, so I'm going to temporarily do something else, and that other job is not going to allow me to keep these time slots open for broadcasting, and so unfortunately. I'm going to have to pause this stuff and see what happens in the future. So, again, I owe you guys a lot of gratitude as well because you guys gave me a chance to do this really out of the blue. You really had no idea what to expect either, and that goes for most of the leagues that I worked with. I started with a league that is already done and stopped, but it was a Canadian guy that organized it, and it just hit the ground running from there. And it's been an enormous amount of fun. I think the Crooked Line Racing Monday Night Madness, especially, has been there's a lot of good drivers in here, very respectful racing. We have our issues every once in a while, but it's short track racing, guys. So that is kind of it kind of comes with the territory. But I enjoy it very much, and I hear the same from all the drivers in the league. Every time I talk to anybody, really, in when it's whether it's the top three at the end of the race or somebody else on Facebook, everybody loves this league. Everybody loves the camaraderie here, and that makes it very special, and that makes it also very much fun to be a part of.
Yes, sir, Mark. I echo Tanner and the entire league when we say that we wish you luck in all your future endeavors, and we were just really glad that you were part of our team, our league here for these last few months, and I think we'll see you around for sure.
Absolutely, and Joshua, if you want to, please give us the new channel that's going to be taken over from next week. I hope he's going to take over next week. If you want to inform the viewers where they can find you again from here on out, please do so.
Tanner, you actually took care of all that for us, and he did an amazing job getting that. Tanner, checkers and records, right? You want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, so we got about 3 seconds left, Mark. But we are thrilled to announce that Checkers or Wreckers will be broadcasting over on YouTube for our Monday night series, and then you also cover our Tuesday night series. And we're bringing in Max Speed TV. We hate to lose you, Mark, of course, but we're excited to try somebody else, and we're going to go down to our cars, Mark, and hopefully we'll be talking to you at the end of the race. Although it's the bull ring, I highly doubt it.
Okay, good luck, guys. We'll talk after the race.
Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
All right, folks. We'll talk a little bit more about it during the event here tonight. I'm definitely very happy that the continuation of the broadcast is guaranteed. As said, Checkers and Wreckers will take over on Monday nights, and on Tuesday nights there is also somebody that's going to take over. So it means that we don't have a hiatus in the coverage of the season. And let's quickly go through the grid here, folks. We have Trevor Edwards on the pole, Keith Jeffrey on the second row. And let me see, Jason Day and Tyler Johnson. Then it's Joshua Sexton, Linny White. I hope Joshua got his screen fixed back up. Sean Woodside and Kyle O'Danick on the fourth row. On the fifth row, we have Tanner Marr, Timothy Trowbridge. On the sixth row, we have Brandon Mettler and Scotty Stevens. And then on the, the seventh row, we have Bruno Pierre Pinchot and Frank Barbary. Angel Ortega and Steve Sexton on the 8th row. Samuel Williams and Brad Carpenter are rounding out your 18 starters here tonight. Going around the track here twice to warm things up, folks. Trevor Edwards is your pole sitter in the number 32 car. Keith Jeffrey in the number 88. That a fistful of bourbon machine, together with his teammate Kyle O'Danick, fairly new to the series, but they've already shown their presence last time around. So we're expecting to see some fireworks here tonight at the Bullring. You heard Tanner Marr explain a little bit about their trouble of setting up the car the way they felt was going to be working for them. And again, we've seen several drivers during practice having trouble getting the power down. So let's go and see what happens here tonight. There they go. The green flag is going to get called here. We are on our way for 125 laps on the Monday Night Madness with Crooked Line Racing. It looks like everybody's getting away really nicely here. Double file racing. Looks like Jason Day is challenging Keith Jeffrey already on the inside there. There you have your leader, Jeffrey on the high side in that number 88 car, and Jason Day on the inside. Looks like he is taking second position from Jeffrey. Then it's Tyler Johnson in the number 8 car. Joshua Sexton started fifth. And we have our first caution of the night. Let's go and find out what has happened. I believe it is Timothy Trowbridge that is involved here. Not really sure what it is. There you have it. That's the exact same we were talking about, and he is extremely lucky not to hit anybody or anything. He gets it right back in the right direction. Timothy Trowbridge throws the back end around, getting off the turn. That's exactly the problem that we've seen happening in practice. So Timothy is lucky to get away with that once again, folks. Let's take another look at that. Just a little bit too eager on the gas there, and you'll see the back end step out on him, and amazingly enough, he steers into the slide beautifully, but he can't keep the nose going forward, and he misses the 015 of Brendan Mettler by inches, and then even on the end of the skid, he is lucky not to run into the wall there, and then he turns it around, obviously. And he's even careful enough not to slam the back end into the wall. Very nice save there for Trowbridge. Beautifully done. He did take it to pit road. There you have him. It's a long pit road that kind of follows from the beginning of turn 3 all the way on the infield to the end of turn number 2. So it's quite a ways down there. And Timothy is probably having that machine checked out. Maybe, I doubt he's going to take tires because we only have 2 sets to play with. He may have taken a faster pair, although I don't believe he needed it. But we'll find out what happened to him. Anyway, he is back on his way. He is still on the lead lap. He didn't go down a lap, so good for him. He can still try to make the best of this race here. We still have quite a ways to go, obviously. So Trowbridge is definitely not out of this one. 18 drivers on the grid. They're lining them up side by side once again. Now it is up to Trevor Edwards to get this thing back on the road again. And there we go. Field stretches out there at the head of the field quite significantly. Jason Day goes a little bit wide and loses the position to Keith Jeffrey. It looks like Tyler Johnson's hanging on there in 4th position. There he is in the number 8 car, coming under pressure from Lenny White in the 99, and Lenny gets underneath him. Looks like that high side is really not working right now. Maybe if it rubbers in a little bit, they can use it, but it looks right now that the defensive line on the inside is the place to be. You don't want to run over those rumble strips there on the inside. That'll definitely get you off balance, and we see that so far everybody is staying away from that. Tanner Marr there in 8th position. He's gained 1 spot since the start of the race. That is probably the spot that that Trowbridge left on the track there. Trevor Edwards is leading in the number 32 car. Keith Jeffrey is right on his tail. It looks like there's a little bit more space between Jeffrey and Jason Day. Fast and furious racing here in Las Vegas. Only 4/10 of a mile to go around. It doesn't even take him 15 seconds to get around this track here. Keith Jeffrey, currently the quickest driver on the track, setting the fastest lap at a 14-second .476. In fact, so that is a pretty good lap time. A lot of drivers are getting up to speed and setting their personal bests, and they're all bringing it right around that 14.5 mark. Very, very close altogether. It looks like Angel Ortega is in trouble here. He is not causing a caution because he is not on the racing line. Let's take a quick look what happened to the new driver here, the number 37 machine. And it's the same thing that we saw Trowbridge do. He's just a little bit less lucky. He noses it into the tire wall. It doesn't look like he is really damaged very heavily from it, and he maintains. He is back out at it again. He is, in fact, going down a lap right now. Trevor Edwards is starting to get into traffic here, coming around the 151 of Sexton Sr. Jeffrey is right on his tail there in the number 88 machine. The 52 of Jason Day has caught up with him again as well. And Samuel Wilson in the 33 you saw in the background, he was lapped also. So we have three lap drivers already. Looks like Jason Day can keep up the pace really nicely. Lenny White has about a second to make up to get to Jason Day. So it looks like there's quite a gap between Day and White. Woodside is in 5th position. Kyle O'Dainek up 2 positions from the start in 6th. Tyler Johnson in 7th. He's dropped off 3. And Tanner Marr is in 8th position. Scotty Stevens in 9th. And Brandon Mettler rounds out your top 10. Looks like Sexton is in trouble here. He is going down pit road. Not really sure if anything happened to him. Let me see here, coming off of turn 1. Ooh, he takes those rumble strips a little bit. He's already slowing down there. I don't really think he had a crash or a spin, but he is taking it to pit road on lap number 23, and he is getting his new tire set. That is extremely early, and I hope he's not biting himself with that one, because he's going to have to make those tires last for a long time. It looks like we have trouble on the racetrack. And Tanner Marr is involved in a situation. Oh, it looks like it was ahead of him. It was Tyler Johnson. I was mixing up the names here. Let's take a look at the number 8 driver. He brings it around that's number 2 right there. He loses it, tries to catch it, and then Tanner can't get out of the way or can't avoid running into him. It looks like both these drivers are rolling still, but they obviously have some damage, and I would not be surprised if we would see both of these guys on pit road to get that fixed and worked out. It looks like Angel Ortega is he's still running. He's catching up with the field there. He is 5 laps down. No, I'm sorry, that is Sexton. Steve Sexton is 5 laps down. I don't believe he's moved since he took those tires. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there to Steve. Hate to lose him. He is having a lot of fun out here. He kind of joined his son in this series to have some fun, and he just kept coming back for more. So I hope he's not forced to give up there. All right, and indeed we do see Tyler Johnson in pit road. Trowbridge is back on the pit road as well. He's already on his way out, actually. And Tanner Marr on pit road as well. He has taken the faster pair, so his car is back in good shape. Looking good there with a brand new 5 Kings Motorsports paint job from MF iRacing Designs. Trevor Edwards is still your leader. And it looks like Steve Sexton has still not moved on pit road. Let's see. We have some good gains here for the number 31 machine. That is Brad Carpenter, also I believe a fairly recent addition to this series. If not, I don't believe today is his first time. I believe I've seen him before. But Brad is doing a really good job here. I love the paint job on that number 31 machine. That looks really cool. But he's doing a great job, gaining 9 positions since the start, so we might see him working his way further up the field. Trevor Edwards on the inside of the grid here with the 88 of Jeffrey right alongside him. Now we're all bunched back up together. We're going to get the green going into lap number 28, folks, here at the Bullring in Las Vegas. There we go. Trevor Edwards has a fairly good start, not a big jump. Jeffrey on the outside is trying to stay to the outside of Jason Day. Day has the preferred line on the bottom there, and it looks like he can hold off Jeffrey right now. He is picking up 2nd position there. That is Jason Day that we see moving ahead of the 88. Ooh, it looked like there was a little bit of a touch there, and Jeffrey had to take evasive action to the outside. That allows Liddy White to come through in the number 99 car, and Sean Woodside is right there also to take advantage of the situation, trying to stick that nose underneath the 88. It looks to me like the 88 can hold that upper line fairly good, but it's not quicker than the inside line. Every once in a while you'll see drivers try that higher side, but right now it looks to me like the inside is the preferred way to go, and Keith Jeffrey has figured that out the hard way. He has dropped back to 5th position. Brad Carpenter already 2 more positions to his resume there, up in 7th position. The 31 driver is doing a very, very good job. Trowbridge is working his way through the field also. 74 is now in 10th position. Tanner Marr is back in 13th. It looks like he took the faster pair, and you can see that Tyler Johnson did not. He is still pretty heavily damaged. I don't think it's going to hurt him all that much as long as the chassis and the suspensions are okay. The bodywork is really not that much of a factor on a short track like this. Trevor Edwards is pulling away a little bit, half a second on Jason Day. Lenny White, also about a half a second between Day and White. And then Woodside and Jeffrey are hanging on to the back bumper of Lenny White there fairly nicely. It's Scotty Stevens in the number 2 machine that is in the 6th position. And Brad Carpenter is right behind Stevens in that number 31. Let's bring her back up to Trevor Edwards, looking out the back of his car. That is Jason Day that is chasing his back bumper. Ooh, touching the wall there, sparks flying off of that machine. And it looks like Jason Day is running pretty similar pace. It looks like he is hitting the limiter, Trevor Edwards. Well, maybe not. Kind of sounded like it for just a little bit. Jason Day is coming off those turns a lot more to the inside, it looks like. He's not washing up quite as much. He's doing it a little bit more here. But that looked like a significant difference last lap there. Woodside in the 4th position, holding off Jeffrey. Keith Jeffrey in that number 88 car. Let's ride along with him here for a little bit. That is Woodside. I apologize. I was trying to get him on board with Keith Jeffrey. This is Keith Jeffrey chasing down Sean Woodside in that number 45 blue and white Apache sponsored machine. Getting closer and closer all the time, and he is going to try to go to the inside. And there you have it. He brings that 88 underneath the 45, and that means he picks up a position back in fourth now. And it looks like the field is starting to stretch out a little. Trevor Edwards half a second on Jason Day. Jason Day has over a second on Linny White. So Linny White is not really maintaining the same pace as the two leaders. In fact, right now, the two leaders, Edwards and Day, are the only ones in the top 5 that are under the 15-second mark. And let's take a look behind them there. Sean Woodside and Jeffries have Scotty Stevens right on their bumper. Kyle Odanik is also there. And it looks like we have Brad Carpenter has dropped off just a little bit here. He is back down in 9th position, so he lost 2 spots here. And one of them is to Jason Sexton. He is now in 8th in that 51 machine. Tanamar back up into 11th in the number 4 machine. And Tyler Johnson is behind him in the number 8. Timothy Trowbridge in 13th. Having a little bit more trouble working his way through the field here. Brandon Mettler in 14th. Frank Barbary in 15th. Sam Adams in the 33, trying to make way for the faster machines. Angel Ortego is actually grabbing some of that deficit back. He is now 3 laps down. But it looks like that number 37 machine is doing all right. Even better for Trevor Edwards. He is leading by 0.6 of a second. Jason Day in 2nd position. Let's ride along with Jason here. And Trevor once again throwing up some sparks, hitting that wall. But as long as you just scrape it and don't really hit it, it is not really a big deal. We have Angel Ortego down on the apron. Let's see what is going on with him. He must have had a little issue. Yep, indeed. Let's bring it back a little bit further. He is behind the 99, and he is not fighting that for... Oh, he gets a little tap in the back from Frank Barbary, and then the 88 of Jeffrey has a little bit of trouble getting around him. It looks like Angel Ortega is back at it again. Oh, we have another yellow. Let's see what's going on. It looks like we have Timothy Trowbridge once again in trouble. Ooh, coming together with a 729. Both drivers not aware of how close the other car was, and it looks like Timothy is fairly unscathed here and gets it back underway. Let's show you that one more time here. He gets underneath the 729. And I think the 729 was really just not aware of how close or how little room there was left on the inside there. And Timothy is back on his way. All right, it brings us under caution on lap number 56. A little bit of peace and quiet. Time to catch our breath here at the Bullring in Las Vegas. And let's see, we have Jeffrey going inside. He was involved in that incident. I don't really see too much damage, but he might be thinking, well, maybe it's time for some tires. And we might as well just have that fast repair done anyway. They should be able to make it on fuel, especially since we are having some yellows. The fuel limit on these cars has been brought down to 60% of the real-life fuel tank. It looks to me like... ooh, what's going on here? Oh, he probably had a closed pit exit there because the field was passing him by. Let's see, Keith Jeffrey is still on the lead lap in 10th position now. All right, and that is obviously good news for the guys he was racing. Brad Carpenter back in 7th position in that number 31. I think he's doing a very nice job here. Tyler Johnson up in 8th now. You can see the battle scars on that machine. Brandon Mettler in 9th. Let's see, we have Trowbridge who has been back on pit road. He also has to wait for the exit of the pit road to open back up. And let me see here, we have Angel Ortega. He is looked like he was going to go to the pits, but he's trying to figure out where he needs to be in the order here, I'm sure. Trowbridge back on pit road. He's probably trying to get as much stuff fixed as he can. I don't really see that much damage, but evidently he has a need for coming into the pits and getting it figured out. And as you can see there, folks, Steve Sexton has not been running since we saw him park it there. We are already going back to green, and it's a single file restart. That is bad news for Timothy Trowbridge, who is still out there on pit road. And he is joining the race now, and he is definitely 2 laps behind. That is very unfortunate for him. Jason Day in 2nd position with Lenny White right on his bumper. Sean Woodside is right there as well. Then it's Joshua Sexton and Scotty Stevens. And they are leading Brad Carpenter in that green and purple machine. Jason Day chasing after Trevor Edwards. And I can kind of imagine that it is just not that easy to pass around here. It's really very much so a single groove racetrack, and if drivers don't wash up, then there's really difficulty for them to pass. Kyle Odanik is the fastest driver on the track right now in that number 21 machine. He has set the fastest lap to 14 seconds and 0.47. And he has picked up 8th position there from Tyler Johnson. Looks like we have an issue for Bruno Benchot. And he is actually going around, but he's not. Oh, he barely hits Ortega there. No yellow because he kept it moving. That is unfortunate for him. Kyle Odanik working his way through the field here, passing Brett Carpenter while we were looking at the replay. Scotty Stevens is his next target, I would say. And he gets, he really has a good car going there right now. Looks like we have a traffic jam with back markers. And the 21 driver really gets through that traffic extremely handy. Look at it, in a few turns, he just brings it past Woodside and White, and he is now in 3rd position, running away from White. That is amazing. And the traffic jam is actually not just the back markers. We're racing for position here, folks. Lenny White, Woodside, Sexton, Carpenter, Stevens, and Tyler Johnson is... Tanner Marr is... we have some issues now. Tyler Johnson was in the mix there, and it looked like Tanner Marr was getting involved there as well. Little bit of an incident there. Tanner now in 7th position, trying to force his way away from that crowd behind him. Brett Carpenter came off worse there. I believe it's a little bit tough to get it back. I can't register it, but it looked to me like he got a little bit caught up in that mess there and lost a few positions. And meanwhile, up at the front, we have Trevor we have Trevor Edwards blinking in and out the race, and that is not good news, especially on a short and busy track like this. You don't want to have your car blinking in and out. There you see it happening. That's very unfortunate. Hopefully we can get that internet connection back. But it's very tough on Jason as well, because Jason is racing somebody that half the time is not there. Kyle Odanik is gaining on these guys pretty rapidly. He has worked his way away from Liddy White by about 2 seconds already, and he is gaining very quickly on Jason Day. So that pit stop probably has worked really well for him. Maybe aside from tires, he has also changed something on the car. With open setups, they can do that. They can fix up whatever doesn't work for them. And you could be thinking about, the cross weights or that kind of stuff. Spring rates. You can't do big things, obviously, because that would take too much time. But you can work with tire pressures also. You can tell your pit crew the new set of tires, you want those a little bit lower. And sometimes that gives the guy an edge. And look at him, he is right on the tail of Jason Day now, fighting for the second position. We are already on lap number 80 of 125. Laps are flying by us like there's no tomorrow. Kyle Odanik is now pressuring Jason Day for that second position, and only a second ahead of them is Trevor Edwards. And Kyle is looking really, really strong here. Tanner Marr has worked his way past Joshua Sexton, I believe, and that is good for 6th position for Tanner right now. He's got a little bit of damage on that right front, as you can see, and that is probably from the little tap that he had with Brad Carpenter. Brad is back into 9th position. He is dealing with Scotty Stevens at the moment. He's on the high side, really running strong there, but washing up a little bit too much, it looks like, and Stevens gets by. Kyle Odanik has passed. We got to bring that back a little bit further. A little bit further. There you have it. The 21 going after that 52 machine. Gets underneath on the backstretch here. Gets it underneath him in turn 3 and 4 and makes it stick going into turn number 1. Good job for Kyle Odanik. He is very strong here at this point. He's already walked away from Jason Day, as you can see in your picture there, by almost a second. And he is rapidly going after Trevor Edwards. Let's see if Trevor is back in business and has that blinking situation under control. It looks like we're doing all right. Right behind him, we see a newcomer, number 37, Angel Ortega. He is letting the Kyle Odanik go by here. Doesn't want to be in the way, obviously. And that is one of the things I really like about this series. A lot of these guys are very, very disciplined and very good and respectful towards the leaders of the race. Obviously, when you're like 5 laps down, as Ortega is, you really don't need to be fighting those guys for track position. Doesn't help you anything, and it just makes for messy racing. Edwards is seeing that advantage evaporate slowly. Kyle Odanik is now 0.8 of a second closer. He is getting past the 29 of Frank Barbary there. I believe Frank is running a brand new paint scheme here tonight. And there you see Odanik having nobody in between him and the leader, and that is always very motivating. It gives you the rush of going after the one that you're fighting there, and being able to see visually that you're getting closer. That is always pumping you up as a driver. I can guarantee you that. So I'm sure Kyle is in that machine right now, all pumped up and ready to go and work on this leader here. There, we're riding along with Kyle, and you can see him working his way towards Trevor Edwards. Lap times are pretty much equal at this point, so Kyle Odanik is definitely at leader's pace here. And these two drivers are actually the quickest on the track, with Trowbridge back in 14th position being as fast as these guys. Let's go and find Timothy. He is in the 74. 2 laps down, but he's not given up. He's doing pretty good lap time wise, but obviously as a back marker he does have to make way for the leaders every now and again. Trevor coming under pressure. Ooh, we have an issue, and it looks like we have an issue for the number 8 machine. Let's see what's going on with him. Ooh, Scotty Stevens and the number 8, a little bit of a touch there. That was not for positions. Tyler is 12th, Scotty is 8th. Let's bring that back one more time and see what exactly transpasses here. It looks like Scotty is dealing with the 88. He thinks he's clear. He comes down, and then Tyler is in there already. That is just a misunderstanding. Looks like Tyler is back rolling. He is not looking pretty in that machine, but he's still moving, and we see the leader coming into the pits. Trevor Edwards. Kyle Odanik is staying out. He has probably already picked up those tires the last time he was in. He pitted on lap 56, so these guys are ready for some new rubber. Let's see if they take it, really. We have everybody in the pits all the way down from 2nd to 12th position, so pretty much everybody that was on the lead lap except for Kyle Odanik. Yep, it looks like Trevor is picking up tires. Jason Day is picking up tires. The 88 of Keith Jeffrey is picking up tires. And now the question is, there you have a bunch of people that are only taking 2 tires, and they're gaining a lot of track position doing that. Tanner Marr in 2nd position now, coming off the pits. Joshua Sexton in 3rd position, coming off the pits. Keith Jeffrey is back out in 4th, and Lenny White in 5th. Trevor Edwards is down from the lead into the 6th position, but remember, folks, he's got 4 brand new tires on that machine, so he is definitely going to have an edge over the other guys who took only 2. The thing is, though, it's not an easy track to pass on, so he's going to have to take some chances working his way forward. Behind Trevor, it is Scotty Stevens, then it's Jason Day in 8th position, and then Brandon Mettler, Brett Carpenter, you see there, Sean Woodside, Tyler Johnson, and those are the last. That Tyler Johnson is he did take that faster pair finally. He's the last one on the lead lap. Looks like the pace car's going in, and it looks like race control is making them go single file. Kyle Odanik has a good restart. Oh! Tanner throws it around on the restart. Oh, that is so unfortunate. Having gotten new tires, and he is too eager on the gas on the start, trying to stay with Kyle Odanik there, and he just throws it around, and he takes his teammate with him. That is really, really, really unfortunate for these guys. Obviously, that was not in the playbook. Let's look at it from Joshua's point of view here. The number 51 is in 3rd position. And he sees, oh, he is slowing down. Oh, that is even worse. The 51 actually slowed down for the spin of his teammate, trying to avoid running into him, and then he gets punted in the back. Obviously, the field behind him is not really prepared for that. So you can't really put any blame anywhere. It's just one of those chain reactions that happens. Well, that's a bad night for Tanner Marr. He took a gamble on 2 tires, bringing it into the 2nd position, spins it around, and basically just drops back to the tail end of the lead lap there in 11th position. And let me see, Joshua Sexton is even worse off. He is in pit road. He might get himself that faster pair. He might still have it left. I don't believe he's taken it yet. I can't really tell if he does or not. Oh, he's getting more tires. He's taking those lefts. I'm guessing he is thinking, if I'm on the... Ooh, wrong gear, bud. He is probably thinking, well, if I have to come back from the back end there, then I need all the help I can get. So he took that left side half of that final set of tires to give himself a little bit of a chance there. Very, very unfortunate for Tanner Marr and Joshua Sexton, but that's part of it. We're on lap 106, so we're getting closer to the end here. We have 20 laps to go, and it looks like we're getting ready to go back to green flag racing. Yes, indeed, the lights on that Ford Mustang have been turned off, and Kyle O'Danick gets to do his little trickery once again. Ooh, looks like Ortega is in a little bit of trouble. Well, I'm not sure what happened here. It's showing me something, but I can't tell. All right, there we go. Pace car's in. It's Kyle O'Danick that gets to do it all over again. And he has a good jump on the field there. Keith Jeffrey, his teammate, is in second position, holding off Lynn White in the number 99 machine. Then it's Trevor Edwards already in fourth position, so he has gained 2 spots on that previous restart, and he's already challenging Lenny White there in the for the third position. There you have him, Trevor Edwards. Ooh, Kyle O'Danick getting really loose off the turn. They really have to be on their game right now. 2 teammates, O'Danick and Jeffrey. Then it's Lynn White in the number 99 and Trevor Edwards in the number 32. Trevor actually taking that fastest lap of the race of 14.449. He is meaning business here, and Lynn White gets past Kyle O'Danick. What happened to Kyle O'Danick? I got to bring that back. I have no idea what happened here. Ooh, there you have it. He runs a little bit wide, lets his teammate go by, and 99 dives underneath there as well. All right, back live. We have the 88 of Keith Jeffrey in the lead. Then we have Lenny White taking second position. Trevor Edwards has also passed Kyle O'Danick. Kyle is dropping off here. It looks like he is now not in the advantage anymore because he pitted on lap 56 for his tire, so he's got a half a race on that set. And the other guys are all on brand new rubber, and that is really helping out, obviously. So Scotty Stevens is holding off Jason Day. Can he keep him behind? No, Jason Day steals that position from Scotty Stevens, and Brandon Mettler is getting underneath there as well, takes that position away from him. Scotty drops to 7th position. Tyler Johnson gets underneath there as well. And it looks like Scotty is having trouble getting back on that bottom line, and he is now dropped down to 8th position. Behind him it is Woodside, and then Carpenter, and Tanner Marr is in 11th. Oh, we have, let's see here. Jason Day is caught up with Kyle O'Danick, it looks like. Trevor Edwards is in 2nd position, going after Keith Jeffrey. And it definitely looks like Trevor is quicker than Keith at this point. Lap times are very close. This is the fight for the lead, with the 88 currently having it and Trevor chasing after it. Lenny White dropping back a little bit from these guys, 0.8 of a second behind. Looking at the challenger here, the number 32 of Trevor Edwards. Right underneath that bumper. Lap number 121, we have 5 more laps to go here. Ooh, a little bit of a touch. Trying to get underneath the 88. Looks like the 88 is doing pretty nice on that higher line, trying to stay alongside. The 32 was running over those rumble strips there. and he is really trying very hard to get underneath that 88 car. Back markers could be a factor here. Behind these guys, it's still Lenny White in third and Kyle Odanik in fourth. They're not close to each other. We're looking at the fight for the lead here. 2 laps to go as they pass the line. Keith Jeffrey has it. Trevor Edwards is going for it. This is an exciting finish to the race. The white flag is out, folks. Kevin Jeffrey hold off the 32 machine. Oh, he gets that nose underneath on the backstretch. They're side by side. And he gets it underneath there. Very clean move. Very clean move. And it is a photo finish, folks. And I do believe it is Keith Jeffrey holding off his attacker there. And there is absolutely nothing between it. As you can see on the left side of your screen, folks, Trevor Edwards, the gap to the leader is not measurable. It is 0.000. And that means that iRacing had to resort to 10,000ths of a second to determine the winner there. Keith Jeffrey, where did he go? I can't see his car anymore. What's going on here? There is your number 2 finisher. Keith Jeffrey's machine is missing in action. I'm sorry about that. Can't see him. He's already parked it. All right, let's see if we can find some people to talk to. Lenny White is your third place finisher, Trevor Edwards in second, and then it's Keith Jeffrey is your winner. Let's see here. Well, Keith is the first one I can find, so there you have it. We're going to bring him in. Keith, this is Mark in the booth. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing great, and I think you're doing even better because I think you held him off actually at the line with the smallest possible margin ever. My scoring system says there is no difference. It was that close, so it is less than 1,000th of a second that you beat him with.
I'll tell you what, I'll take whatever I could get when it comes to racing with Trevor. He raced me really clean there. He had the best car, no doubt about it, but I just gave him everything I could, and I don't care how close, I'll take that win because it's tough. He's a tough win.
Absolutely, and I totally agree with you. If we're looking at that final little stage of the race here, he was absolutely racing you super clean, and that works both ways. Obviously, he tried to get underneath you, even running over those rumble strips. How hard are those rumble strips anyway, Keith?
They don't upset the car too bad. More so just getting down on that flat surface. It just unloads the car, takes a wedge out of it, and it really frees it up. So you got to be careful down there. The rumble strips aren't as much of a concern as that. But, I'll tell you what, this is 2 weeks in a row where we made the right calls, even though at the beginning of this race it definitely didn't feel like we'd made the right choice with our pit strategy. It worked out at the end. And I couldn't be happier to put this fistful of bourbon car in victory lane. It's your last race. Hopefully, we put on a great show for you. That sure felt exciting. So I'm excited right now. I don't know what to say. The guys have been great. It's been cool bringing Kyle Danik in with this Jim Beaver Esports team and running with him. And I'm just having a blast with these guys, man.
Absolutely, and I couldn't agree with you more, Keith. It was absolutely very exciting. Your teammate Kyle Odanik was in front of you there after those pit stops. He decided to stay out on that final stop. He pitted last on lap 56. Did he basically decide to let you go because you were on fresher rubber there? Because it looked like he was struggling a little bit.
He definitely didn't let me go. I knew if I got there, he wasn't going to put up a fight, but yeah, he decided to try and short pit it, and it almost worked out for him. It sounds like he was about to the leader when that late yellow came out. So unfortunate for him, it didn't work in his favor, but it fell right into our hands there. Might not have been so interesting. I had a lap car there. I don't know if you saw it, just turned down in front of me when I was trying to build a little gap from Trevor, which made things interesting at the end there. But hey, that's short track racing, I suppose, isn't it?
Absolutely, yes, absolutely. I think most of the guys, once again, like most nights, tonight was no exception. I think most of these guys are doing a phenomenal job trying to stay out of the way, but obviously, they sometimes are fighting their car more than they're fighting other cars. So every once in a while, you'll see something like that happen. Obviously.
And I definitely feel their pain there. I kind of got used up a little bit at the beginning, and then I think it just got me over driving it, and my right front tire was pretty bad when we pit there. So it's one of those tracks where if you're off just a little bit, these short, tight corners really punish you, and I think that's why it's such a wild one to sneak this because we were really tight, and that 32 car was a rocket tonight, no doubt about it.
Absolutely. Well, let's bring in Trevor Edwards here in the conversation. Trevor, this is Mark. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
Trevor, you looked like you had a very good car all race long. You pitted on lap 98, got yourself four tires. It dropped you back a little bit. You've worked your way forward really quickly. I believe in the few laps that we had on that previous stint before the last yellow, you already grabbed two spots in like 1 or 2 laps or so. Keith just told me as well that you were pretty much a rocket ship, and I believe that the margin of victory is just so small. It's got to feel pretty good for you.
I don't know if I won or if Keith won. They said they're going to review it, I guess. iRacing says Keith won, but he also didn't have a nose at the end. So, like I told him, it is what it is. It was fun. It sucks that we got to take tires on a 125 lap race because I figured this car was really built for a long run. So, the short runs, I was not very good. It took me about 6 laps to get the nose off the ground or something, or chassis off the ground, and then it would take off.
I hear you. So in the beginning, I believe you had a pretty good race there with I believe it was Jason Day behind you for a while, and then Lenny White for a while, and I think Kyle O'Danick. You had a little bit of an issue of a struggle with him there as well, but you kept coming out on top. So I mean, the final part of the race, you guys raced each other extremely hard, and but very very clean. It was super exciting to watch. I'm sure not getting it there at the line with that small margin is a little bit disappointing, but still it's a great performance.
It's more satisfying to finish second and not wreck the guy you're racing than it is to win it and just wreck him. I have way too much respect for Keith. We go way back, man. I'm not going to wreck him for a win in a Monday night league. If it was for $1,000, I might have moved him, but just for fun, this was a ton of fun.
I hear you. Yeah, I mean, not wrecking is obviously that is more satisfying than making a mess of things. I couldn't agree with you more there, Trevor. All right, man. Both you guys, I want to give you the opportunity to throw some love yous and thank yous out into the world. Keith, I'll start with you.
I just got to thank all the guys, Jim Beaver Sports, General Tire, and Fistful of Bourbon for bringing their real world stuff into this virtual thing we get to do. I always got to thank my wife for putting up with this as well. And then just, again, I got to thank Trevor. My car was so tight, he had no reason not to just move me when I had to stop in the middle of the corner. But he raced me clean, and it was a lot of fun. So I'm sure I can promise that will be returned in the future.
All right, thank you very much, Keith. Trevor, anybody you want to thank before we go?
I got to thank Platinum Speedworks for the setup. Drew Wooten hooked me up for this one. McConey Setup Shop, Glaciers Collision, and then One Wraps for making this car just look great.
All right, thank you very much, Trevor, and see if we can find Lenny.
See you, Mark. Thank you for broadcasting all these races. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Trevor. We'll talk later, maybe. All right, folks. I can't find Lenny White in the Discord channels here, so I'm afraid we're going to have to do without him. And I think Tanner's already gone as well. And that's pretty much it. I can't find anybody. There's Joshua back in the broadcast room. I can't find Tanner anymore, Joshua, but tell me a little bit about your race, man. It looked like you had a few issues there to deal with, worked your way forward somewhat, and then dropped back with a very unfortunate incident between Tanner and you there, or really Tanner just throwing it around, you trying to not run into him, and then getting a little tap in the back there.
Yeah, it was a tough, tough break. There was a couple tough breaks. That's just the way it goes. Didn't really go my way, but um, unfortunately, it's all over but the crying now. So it is what it is.
Absolutely. All right, man. It was also a little heartbreaking to watch Tanner go around. He was obviously taking a chance on two tires on that pit stop and brought him into second position, hoping to give Keith a little bit of a run. I'm sorry, not Keith. At that time, it was Kyle in the lead, trying to give him a little bit of a run for his money, and obviously he overdid it a little bit on that restart there. It was kind of amazing to see he didn't touch anything, but kind of caught everybody behind him out there.
Yeah, it's a tough break. I've had that happen before. When you get the single file restarts at these tracks, especially even on new tires, old tires, doesn't really matter. The leader takes it high in order to make sure that nobody goes around their outside, and all that marble and everything up there gets all over your tires. It's very slick, and so it's a very difficult thing to do, to hammer down on the throttle. If you give it too much, you'll go around, and I've done it many times before.
I hear you, especially on this track. It seems like the turns are fairly tight for these cars, and you have enough power to just quite easily throw it around.
Yeah, it's this is I like this track. It's a very challenging track, but it's probably one of the most difficult tracks in the game, at least for myself and a lot of other people. So it's very understandable. That's why it was so good to see such a great finish there at the end, especially for last broadcast for you, and hopefully the fans enjoyed it, because it was a pretty wild finish here.
Absolutely. I mean, as far as my scoring is concerned, there was no difference between the two, and that basically means that iRacing had to decide on less than a thousandth of a second to determine the winner. Uh, I mean, it just doesn't get any better than that. I don't think.
Yeah, it doesn't get any better than that. It's a pretty tough one for the admins, though. So just to be clear, we'll have to review the finish and ensure that the correct car is being scored in the front. So that's what we're doing right now. We'll review all of the replays and make sure that the decision is correct. We, as admins, we definitely have to make the right decision. So that means that whoever crossed that finish line first by the replay conclusively, that'll be the winner of the race.
All right, so that'll all be sorted out tonight then.
Yeah, this is, to be honest with you, the first time I've ever seen or dealt with anything like this. This is a bit of, this will not be a decision that is made very quickly or easily. So as of right now, Keith Jeffrey is the winner of the race, and Trevor Edwards has finished second. We will review the replays extensively and ensure that that is the right call, and then we'll post the results.
All right, Joshua. Well, thanks again very much for that explanation. I think Keith already touched on that a little, or I'm sorry, Trevor touched on that a little bit. He wasn't really sure what the deal was, but it's a good thing that you guys take that stuff serious, and I'm sure our fans will hear the exact outcome of that situation the next broadcast. Next time, Checkers and Wreckers is going to take over. I'm sure times are not changing. I'm sure the links will be posted on the Facebook page in due time, so everybody can find the new broadcast. I wish that new broadcaster the same amount of fun that I had, and I hope he does a great job for you guys. It is what it is, guys. I would have loved to stay on, but unfortunately, sometimes you got to choose for paying the bills before you have a hobby.
Oh, absolutely. You got to do what's right. in life. And again, I know that I speak for everyone here in the league that we wish you luck in your future endeavors, and you never know. Maybe things change in the future, and we can have some other races. It's definitely not out of the question, but for now, we wish you a lot of luck moving forward in your career.
All right. Thank you very much, Joshua. And I wish you, with your leagues, Crooked Line Racing has grown very quickly. And I think uh, the best part of it is that I don't really notice that much growing pains. Like a lot of people have trouble when they grow too quickly. That stuff gets a little messy here and there. And I don't see any of that. So I commend you for all that. You've put together a great league, as I touched before on this subject. Everybody that I talk to that is in this league is really happy with it. They always want to come back. Guys that started out in the modifieds that we do on Tuesday night jumped over to this. The guys from this jumped over to the modifieds. So congratulations on that as a result of your efforts there. And I know you're not doing it alone. So the whole team I think is doing a great job, and keep up the good work.
Thank you. I really appreciate that, Mark. I just it's a little tough saying goodbye to you, but I know that we're in good hands moving forward, and like you said, we got some really good admins and racers that make this league go, and I'm pretty excited for the future.
All right, Joshua. We'll talk some more maybe tomorrow. We'll still do the modifieds tomorrow, and that'll be the last one as far as I'm concerned. So have a good night, and we'll catch you racing on the track tomorrow once again.
Excellent, Mark. Thank you very much.
All right, folks. There you have it. We'll bring up the results here for you. As said, as Joshua explained here, they're going to review the footage of this race, of this finish. As you can tell, iRacing and my scoring system of SDK could not differentiate more than what you see on your screen there. There are all zeros there, which puts them pretty even, and it kind of tells you that the difference between the drivers is barely measurable. It's less than a thousandth of a second. So they're going to watch the replays extensively and make sure that they make the right call as who gets the winner's points and who gets the second place points. Lenny White brought it home in third position. Unfortunately, we couldn't talk to him. He was not on the Discord channel, so hopefully in the future, for the future broadcasts, he can bring himself into the Discord channel, and that way you guys can hear from him as well. You can look down the order for the final standings. Find your favorite driver there. Unfortunately, Steve Sexton did not finish the race. He was having some trouble, I guess, with the handling of his machine there, and parked it in pit road after a while. And unfortunately, it is what it is, folks. We talked about Tanner Marr there, who finally brings it home in 15th position, 7 laps down from the leaders. Made a good call there in pit road, taken 2 tires, and gained a lot of track position there, hoping to give the leader at that point, Kyle Odanik, a run for his money. But unfortunately, it was not to be, and it turned out to be a little bit less lucky for him tonight. Jason Day into fourth position, the highest finishing Canadian driver. Bruno Pierre Pinchot down in 17th position. The two Canadians here tonight. So, and let's see, we had that new driver, Angel Ortega. He finishes in 14th. We hope he had fun. We hope he sticks with it and gets into this league as much as the other guys are into this league. And I'm sure he'll find his way forward in the field as well. All right, folks. We'll be back for one final race coverage of Crooked Line Racing Modifieds tomorrow night at 6 Pacific, 8 Central we'll be back, and that'll be our final broadcast. As said, long story short, sometimes you have to choose reality and paying bills over hobbies. I wish it was different, but it isn't. And maybe in the future that will turn back around and we'll see what happens. I wish all these guys in the Super Late Model Series the best of luck. I enjoyed very much working with all of them. And again, we'll finish it up tomorrow night and hope you can join us then. And until then, take care of one another and stay healthy.